Oh my goodness, goshness, this chord mayhem, there's chords everywhere. We're going to teach you another one. So you know how you've been learning about dominant 7 or 7 chords? Not to be confused with a major 7 chord. So we're going to learn a B7. So it's like this. And there's 2 ways you could play it. The kind of this version, which is a more open kind of version, or you can play like the sweeter kind of sounding version, as I would call it, with that little extra F sharp feature in it there. So you remember how I was saying before how the guitar is really, you know, like a shape dominated instrument. Everything's very distinctive as a shape, you know, like in Tetris everything is very distinctive shapes. You know, A is like a straight line across, a C is like a diagonal line, a D major is like a triangle pointing towards a sound hole, a D7 is like a triangle pointing towards the headstock. So if we take that D7 shape, essentially that inverted triangle, and we apply it here and begin it from the 5th fret, and we don't play the E string, so that's going to be another X situation, and we just play the 5 bottoms, right? Then we get a B7, a B dominant 7, which is, you know, ostensibly easier to play than actually the B major chord we learned, which you can play, you know, one of the different ways that I showed you there. But you know, it's a solid little open chord replacement, especially if you're having trouble picking this B major up. It's going to be a real little go-to chord for you, okay? And let's give you the tab for this, okay? So it's, ready? It's X, 2, 1, 2, 0, 0. X, 2, 1, 2, 0, 0. Right, you've got it. The other version, which is the sweeter version, is you simply just add the F sharp note by taking your little finger, adding it to the E string, 2nd fret. Remember we learned that that's the F sharp, and we play this note instead of this note. So we, and it's that sweeter sound, so then it sounds like this. So you're playing a B7, you take it off, you're still playing a B7, but the character has changed. It's an alternative B7. And there are lots of versions of B7 on the guitar. There's another one, for example, which, you know, we're not teaching you at the moment because that was a bar chord. And we're looking at open chords, because they're easier to learn for you right now. B7. And it's got a really nice changeability relationship with the E major, which you learned, you know. And it resolves nicely into that E. Go ahead, try it. There you go. B7. Another one for the toolbox.